Hey, Khun Joy. We got company, huh? Can you see? What a powerful day. What a powerful day. What a very powerful day, girl. Yeah. You have been a real friend. Absolutely. I share with you everything that I experience, that I can share with you, that I've learned through experience. And if it helps you, it's because I tell the truth. I tell you the absolute truth. Love will always tell you the absolute truth. Okay. And that's the beauty of it, because now you know you can trust that spirit. You can trust the soul. Now the soul and soul can communicate one-on-one directly and speak the truth and experience being loved, experiencing what love is. Right? Because now we break through all the resistance of what we're held captive to as a result of having been in a spiritual war of that which tries to hold us captive to what it is rather than what we are. We're free spirits because we live in what love is, which is as pure as it gets. So when you're running on pure fire, which is in that light, which is the purest love, you're getting the real stuff. That's called knowing the real stuff. Okay? So when you know what the real stuff is, because you experience through your own heart and soul, you're with all of us that experience what love is. Because we don't do any harm. To others. So love is a law. And it's not a law that's negotiable, because the law works the way the water works. Water works. Water worlds. Seeking balance. Perfect balance. So that your mind is in a state of peace and you're not being distracted or disturbed because your waves are not distorted. You're entangled, as Dan Winter would say, right? You're in harmony is what it is. You're a musician, just like musical plants, musical universe, universal creation, music, the dance, the spirit does. So when all the spiral spirits are dancing a dance, it's in harmony and rhythm with all the other spirits that are doing that dance, that are in that light. Everyone is in harmony. That's music. That's the language of communication in DNA. It's music. When it's been mutated and all the rest of it as a result of debris fields, as a result of fragments of souls, then the universe cannot communicate to itself properly through the language of light, can it? Real living light that began with one. So the lines of communication are all messed up. So you realize that the motherboard is all messed up, or the grid mechanics is all messed up. This isn't an original template, which would be damage, which is the same thing to damage to anybody, which is trauma to a soul. A soul does not do harm to another soul that's integrated with a spirit that is a teacher. Now the spirit has to heal the soul with the light, which is what love is. So it began with the Holy Spirit, between a father and a mother joined as one. That's a single candlestick. That's one birthday. That's it. That's why age does not exist, time does not exist. So I knew at 4 years of age, love was what's real. And that's called knowing. Knowing what's real and what's not real. The illusion of X. X refuses to give of itself to serve. It's still in self-service. Service to self. So when service to self is always in service to self, you already know what's going to happen. right? Okay, so it doesn't take a genius to figure that out. Because if it doesn't have anything to give you, then it's obviously not very powerful in energy. So this is why fear, as Dan Bongino said, is the coin of the realm. That's exactly right. So that would be like somebody saying, hey, you know what a God is, right? God, the creator, the God, the seed side, right? God's seed. If God is what love is, then he can't be what fear is, can he? Otherwise, he's going to take a double take in his mirror and go, which one am I? Now he's not going to know one from the other, right? Oh, so we're talking about fear-based gods and the real God. Yeah. Isn't that cool? So they try and fool you with technology and soulless artificial intelligence and that integration. So they can't fool the one. Everything becomes transparent because that's what it began with. So all things become known, and that's called knowing. And that's why liars, cheats, murderers, and kidnappers, and galactic slave traders, and breeding experiments that do harm to others. Okay, so you realize what the eventuality of that energy is, right? It does those things. So I knew when I was a child it didn't take much to figure it out, what was possible to experience by the use of their energy in order to make that happen. So those are hell zones. So they live in hell zones. See, we don't live in hell zones. We create worlds out of what love is. So you got to know what's dead and what isn't, what's alive and what's not living. Remember Frankenstein, Shelley's Frankenstein? It's alive. It's alive. You remember how they did it, how he did it? Right? Same thing, Jekyll and Hyde. Which one are you? There are teachers everywhere, actually. But I studied the film industry simply because it was the fastest way. Because as a child, I'm realizing how many generations have they been doing, has this been going on with souls? Like start with 0, right? And start running the numbers game. Now you're into AI war games. In order to maintain what it's aware of, an energy needs our energy. Otherwise, it's running on a limited shelf supply. So anyway, I wanted to, it's a beautiful day here. Thank you so much for being here. As we used to say as children, love rules. That's just one law. Right? So when you are what love is, you are what the law is, because that's how it works in physics. The math don't lie, right? Always seeking the pathway of least work, right? So that there isn't any effort involved in distributing and experiencing what love is. So that means that's the easiest energy in the world, in the universe, of all creation, to experience what love is. That's how easy it is. So there must be higher intelligence at work here in the creative side of a cosmos. And there is. And when you're on that side, and you're on that pathway, and you're learning through that pathway, that is the highest acceleration of learning there is. It's through all my brothers and sisters in spirit that are in the light, which are what love is. So wherever you find us in living spirit, you're going to find love. That's what we are in energy. That's what we share with all of you, and it comes at no charge. It's free. Free energy. The best there is. That's the real McCoy. That's the real universe. Don't let them fool you.